This is the one ingredient that all successful influencers have in order to grow their audience, and now artists need it more than ever before, because it's pointless having people going to your profile and not viewing your stories, not liking the posts on your feed, or engaging with your content in order to become a super fan. We've spoken with people who work at major labels, work with influencers, music managers, and we all agree that this is one of the biggest problems when it comes to creating various types of content for social media. We needed a name for it, so we called it Please Love Me Syndrome. And what that means is the artist is trying too hard to be loved, and that comes across in the content and can be quite off-putting for the audience. So when you are consuming a piece of content from someone who is desperate for you to like it, desperate for you to like them as a person, it kind of puts you off. You don't connect with that person. And the reason you're not connecting with that person is they are trying so hard that they've put up a shield, or they are putting on an act which they think will give them the best chance of you liking them. But the audience doesn't connect because they don't feel like they are seeing the true you. They are just seeing this act. We as humans have a sixth sense of when we're being bullshitted. And therefore, this triggers everything because it's just too perfect, it's too censored, and you are essentially just trying too hard. An example of this is if you've decided to perform your track in your bedroom for your audience, for your YouTube channel, and everything's just a bit too perfect. The lighting is perfect, the room looks perfect, you are wearing clothes that you would never usually wear in your bedroom or just generally around the house, and your general mannerisms are trying too hard, then the audience is going to see this as inauthentic. And the best way of shifting your mindset is understanding that what you are and who you are is perfectly enough. You don't need to be somebody else or be the best version of yourself. You just need to be you and understand that who you are and what you are today, what you are feeling is enough. And it's quite interesting because people as humans, we relate to people's flaws as well as their characteristics and personality traits. So therefore, if you are just being yourself, then people are going to connect with you. We've seen with this with artists so often where artists' social media followers have grown into the hundreds of thousands, and you look at who they are and they are just being themselves the entire time, and they're not putting on an act, and they've managed to outperform other similar artists putting out the same content because of their mindset that is projected through the camera. And I know at Burstimo we say that your content needs to add value to your audience. You need to be thinking about your audience and what your audience wants. And that could be an insane contradiction, but it's different because your actions are what you think about for your audience, and you as a person and your mindset that goes into that content, that is for you. So to put it simply, you need to think about your audience when it comes to your actions and the types of content you are putting out. Whether you're performing a cover, or you are following a TikTok trend and putting a TikTok up, or you are busking in the street and performing your track and you filmed it, then those are the kind of things that you still need to think about your audience and what they are reacting to. So in the example of that busking video, you're performing your track on the street, you've set up a camera, set up your microphone, and everything's going well, and you've still in your head got this desperation that you want the audience to love you. But the problem with that is that through these small micro communications, the audience are going to know that you are trying too hard. Whether that is you're looking at the camera too often, you're smiling too often. If you are too in your head about what people are thinking about you, people can see it in your actions. So when you stop playing and you put your guitar down, the way you walk around, the way you carry yourself, people can see what is going through in your mindset and whether you are trying too hard to be loved or whether you are just expressing who you truly are. The best phrase that if you write down any note from this video, it would be this is expression, not impression. So you want to express yourself to everyone and anyone as an artist, but you don't want to try and make an impression. You will never break as an artist by making an impression and having a persona, but who you truly are will be consistent. People will be able to relate to it, and you will go much further and potentially even break because people can relate to you and your story and who you are. And finally, the successful artist always accepts that some people aren't going to like them. If you try to be liked by everybody, it means that you're not going to be absolutely loved by a certain proportion of your fan base, and that's what you need. You need people to love you in order to sell merch, to get people streaming your track again and again and again. They need to love you, and then they'll buy your merch, then they'll go to your shows. That is when an artist breaks, because you've got that word of mouth effect where people are talking about you and they feel like they've connected with you. So don't be afraid that maybe 20%, maybe 50% of all the people that see your content didn't really like you. That's okay, because that means there is a greater chance of the people on the other side to actually love you and not just like you or be indifferent about it. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, give it a like. If you want to see more music marketing videos like this, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.